Ready for a slightly more sexy ripoff of Ridley Scott's Alien? Well, today's movie has you covered. Welcome to Sick Flicks, where I take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to help you embrace your inner gore geek. I'm Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, and today we're tackling Norman J. Warren's weird alien riff, Inseminoid. Released in 1981, Inseminoid is often lumped in with a bunch of other knockoffs looking to capitalize on the success of Ridley Scott's Alien. And while there are similarities here, Warren claims his film's screenplay was actually completed before Alien released in the UK, and the Fox saw it, liked it, but didn't feel it was all that similar to their film. There are some similarities, but most of them are just the typical ones you find in this particular subgenre. And regardless, Alien is a great film, and if you were going to rip off a movie, you might as well rip off a classic. But enough about that. Can Inseminoid kill enough space explorers to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's get to the gore and find out. Oh, and before we get started, today's video is sponsored by Alessio Roig, whose last name I always say wrong. He was nice enough to buy me a copy of this movie so we could cover it on the show. But if you'd like to help free me from the shackles of YouTube's tyranny, you'll find a link to my Patreon in the pinned comment and description below. And now, let's get bloody. We fade in on some credits from outer space. Oh, what the hell? Run Run Shaw is presenting this. Well, this just got way more awesome. If you're curious, the Shaw brothers put up half of Inseminoid's £1 million budget. Apparently, all that buys you these days is a presented by credit. Oh, nice. It's a giant record button. If this movie sucks, we can just tape something better here. And title card. I like this one. It's kind of trippy. This was originally titled Doom Seeds, but they changed it to Inseminoid because they were afraid people would confuse it with Demon Seed. It's also called Horror Planet in the US. Starring Robin Clark, presumably no relation to Arthur C. Hey, Jennifer Ashley, she was Grinder in Chained Heat. How the hell did they get Stephanie Beacham in this thing? She's like a real actress. I'm sure we'll see her again when I get to Dracula AD 1972. Here's Stephen Grimes, who you might remember from A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Whoa, Victoria Tennant too? She was Mrs. Steve Martin for a while. I don't know, I'm not really a fan of the planetarium running credits during the main show. And we wrap things up with Judy Geeson, who worked with Rob Zombie on both Lords of Salem and 31. Screenplay by Nick and Gloria Maley, and previously worked with director Norman J. Warren on Satan's Slaves and wrote this script to showcase their special effects work. And speaking of Norman J. Warren, here you go. Wow, this is like the opening to a Mass Effect game.
The past 2 months of survey and research have resulted in the discovery of a vast tomb-like complex.
I love it when we open with exposition. Also, this is giving off strong Alien vs. Predator vibes. Anyway, there's a ton of jibber-jabber here. The gist of it is they're going to an abandoned planet to find out what made the previous inhabitants extinct. I'm sure this is all gonna be fine. Great, they landed right in the middle of Luigi Cozzi's contamination. Hey, it's foggy in here. Turn off your high beams. Even in deep space, the Kool-Aid Man will break through walls. Oh yeah! So far, despite the flashlights, none of this is very illuminating. Hey, do you mind if we stop and take a selfie? My followers on the gram will love it. Anyway, they split up, and this guy appears to be almost stuck between some rocks in a hard place. I've definitely been there.
Hey, this looks interesting.
Said no one watching this opening scene. See, I told you this was an Alien vs. Predator prequel. They found the hieroglyphics. No, not Del, Casual, and the Souls of Mischief, these wall drawings. If you like hip-hop, you'll get that. If not, you need to go listen to some Hyro. Man, even in outer space, Claudio Fragasso left the fog machine running. Oh shit, someone lit a fart. He's badly injured, but sure, just toss him around. I'm sure that's okay. I mean, they practically body slammed him onto that gurney. Hey, Holly, my eyes are up here, next to my headlights. It's a real battle to see who can go the longest without emoting. Hey, I don't work for OSHA, but should he have an open flame down here after that explosion?
It sounds to me like a frequency block.
Damn it, that can't be right. Get your ass up here on the double.
Acting. I swear, we're not ripping off Alien. Also, in space, bras are optional apparently. It's because it's zero gravity, I guess. This guy sorta looks like Judge Reinhold if you squint. Jesus, is this movie set in outer space or hell? That might be our first red filter mid-afternoon. Wait a minute, this feels suspiciously like Total Recall. I mean, I've heard of being so mad you see red, but this feels on the nose. Back on the ship, Holly's ready to drop her hottest 16 bars. You could call it a space jam. You could also call it Out of This World. Man, they sent these guys to space and couldn't even spring for a color TV? Anyway, back in the infirmary, I want whatever they're giving this guy. He's thinking some deep thoughts. You ever realize knuckles are just knees for your fingers? Then Holly rolls in.
Is he dead?
Nah, just really high. Is lasagna just spaghetti-flavored cake? And Fulci eye zoom. After that, everyone breaks for lunch, and jibber-jabber. Sheriff Bishop shows up to play Five-Finger Filet with Bill Paxton. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I definitely think something's gonna pop out of this chick's shirt at some point in this movie.
Listen, I'm not feeling too hot. I think I better get some rest.
Wait a minute, are we really gonna rip off the chest burster scene? But first, it appears a title match is broken out. By God, she's locked in the sleeper hold! In space, no one can hear my JR suck. Anyway, the point of all of this is half of them want to investigate the strange things happening here, and the other half want to leave. The bad news, the ship won't be here to offload them for days. Then this guy is late for football practice. Turns out he's got a phone call. Stop calling me about my car's extended warranty. I'm in outer space. Oh shit, must have been a booty call. I'm gonna make a sci-fi P-Hub video just like this. The guy goes to fix the lights at the lab with sexy results. I mean, I think someone's about to get inseminoided if you catch my drift. Ah, great, the anti-god from Prince of Darkness is here. And now this guy's late for football practice. Turns out he's actually just late to go out there and look for his apparently dead friend.
Ricky, listen to me, Dean's not in that!
Setting him up for the choke slam. He flees, and this guy tries to stop him, but all he gets for his troubles is this pimp fist. And now he's gonna have to give chase. Oh, sweet, they're playing hide and seek. Then he steals this minecart. Slowest, least exciting chase scene ever, but I guess it sort of feels like something out of Donkey Kong Country. I will say, I don't remember the Big Thunder Mountain coaster at Disney being so boring. Hey, check out this dude's sweet live streaming setup. 3 monitors! Looks like this dude just wandered in from the event horizon. Hey, why does she need all these flashlights? It's brighter than the surface of the sun in here. You know, all those lights, and she still walked right into this jump scare. And not only did she get jump scared, but now she's trapped and her oxygen is running out fast. Well, either that or she's hooked up to a bomb and needs to defuse it. Anyway, things are getting pretty steamy.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that, you pervs. I mean, she's freezing and her mask is fogging up. And now she's sucking on some tube.
Hell yeah.
No, settle down. The oxygen tube. With no other option, she's gonna have to chop off her foot. You could call this the agony of defeat. I feel like this is a prequel to My Left Foot. And this chick is really bummed because she's never gonna dance again. Looks like this dude's in cave danger. But not as much danger as this lady because she clearly froze under pressure. Anyway, Ricky chases this lady back to the airlock but gets blasted for his troubles. Shot through the heart. Just like that terrible Bon Jovi song. I like that the whole set here is just some TV sets and a black curtain. It's a star base. Just use your imagination. Everyone then reconvenes for some exposition. One guy tries to blame the space crystals for making Ricky nuts, but this guy's not sold.
You see, the crystals have been in the station about 24 hours, but Ricky was showing symptoms long before that.
Could just be a case of
Space madness!
Great, they're giving them both a Martian funeral. Back inside, this guy's checking out the green goo. So this is how the turtles became ninjas. Whoa, did I just wander into the Barbie movie? This is a lot of pink. Send me to outer space and all I do is pick up trash like a janitor. Looks like her trip back to base is off to a pretty rocky start. Hey, why are they talking in the grown-ups in a Charlie Brown cartoon voice? Turns out that doesn't matter because this dude's about to get hit with a flying cross body block. Yeah, this is not looking good for him. And now it's like, you're hosed, lady. But somehow she survives. Hold still, this shot of Trem will get you back into the gym in no time. Oh yeah, my animals have definitely kicked in. Man, all that snow, I feel like someone needs to adjust the antenna. You can even remember having to adjust an antenna manually to get a better picture? Christ, I'm old. Uh-oh, is someone about to finally get inseminoided? Oh yeah, just lay back and let Uncle Scrotor take care of everything. He won't feel a thing, baby. I think she just saw his ovipositor. Oh god, he's shooting her full of alien eggs and wheatgrass juice. But this might have all just been the kinkiest football practice ever. And now she's ready for a nap. I mean, that's what happens after you get a good ovipositoring. Ovipositoring. Is that even a word? If not, it is now. And now they're just gonna make her comfortable. We've secretly replaced her Mountain Dew with alien urine. Let's see if she notices. Looks like she did. And it's about to get worse.
Are you trying to tell me she's pregnant?
2 months.
Aw, Skrotor's gonna be a dad. Looks like the cameraman got lost in the caves. Someone finds him before the next scene. And now we're watching people watch the movie on TV. Awesome. Since they've got like 6 hours till the rescue ship shows up, this lady decides to kill some time by listening to Mr. Ballin's podcast. Oh yeah, you better believe I'm a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format. Why do I feel like this is the same cave system where they kept the zombies in Day of the Dead? Say what you will, but this base really has everything, including all the absinthe you can drink. Oh yeah, this is me after a night of absinthe too. And it's apparently running right through her. Hey, come cop a squat! In the future, there are no such things as toilet stalls. Everyone poops out in the open. But we don't have time for bathroom humor because it's hammer time. She really nailed it. I mean, I haven't seen hammering like that since Hank Aaron was in his prime. By God, the fabulous Moolah is just bashing Wendy Richter's head into the turnbuckle. Someone stop the match! And now it's time for some scissoring.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that. She's gonna stab her with some shears. She was clearly feeling pretty snippy. Then Holly shows up. Look, I'm gonna need you to cut it out. Wait. Holly flees with Sandy in hot pursuit, but don't worry. She's gonna use the Donkey Kong defense. It's barrels of fun. Please, for the love of God, stop calling me about my car's extended warranty. Ugh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten those expired hot dogs, but the pregnancy cravings are crazy. God, now they're even calling me at your place. Well, he's dealing with telemarketers. Sandy is headed to the cryo bay. MF Doom, is that you? And now it looks like she's about to throw a wrench into their plans. The good news is everyone is now safe in the control center. The bad news is they forgot this chick. Guessing she's about to star in her very own Mr. Ballin episode. Oh yeah, I nailed it. This women's title match is scheduled for one fall with TV time remaining. I do love that everyone keeps nailing the pregnant chick right in the gut. Anyway, she's really laying the smackdown on her until these guys charge the ring. That should be an instant disqualification. Oh man, this dude has had enough. Pimp fist. And she's not even phased. That all you got? I've been hit harder by inflation. Man, this base has everything, even an explosive storeroom. Hey, those look like Transformer symbols. I like that on far-off planets, everyone either wears spacesuits or clothes plucked right out of the 1980 Sears summer catalog. After she sets off some explosions, the team is going to subdue her once and for all. I'm not really convinced these three are up to the task. Oh shit, it's like she got the blade launcher gun from Dead Space. Pregnancy does weird things to women's emotions. One second she's bouncing people's heads off of hard objects, the next she's crying because there's no soap in the shower. Doc's like, I clearly gave you too much Tren earlier. Here's some Winstrol to take the edge off of your roid rage. But the joke's on him because nothing can contain Tren rage. In the ensuing struggle, the Doc gets zapped, then beamed. Who's a dumbbell now, man? This is definitely shocking. And this is a real drag. And now they're trapped, so Mark is going to keep Sandy occupied while the others sneak off to find more weapons. Ah, great. There goes our streak of days without an accident in the workplace. Sure, they couldn't stop her with electric guns, but maybe the crowbars will work. And here comes Sandy. God, look, he's going to step right on her stomach. I think this movie just really hates pregnant women. And just in case you didn't believe me, anyway, they have her down, but they do the idiotic horror movie thing where they run off instead of finishing the job. Nice work. And just to prove what a dumb idea that was, here comes Sandy again. She's grabbed her gat and started blasting like this is Boys in the Hood. And then she somehow winds up walking into a jump scare. Not every day you see the monster Psycho get jump scared. I'm gonna carve that alien thing right out of you like a Thanksgiving turkey. But first, he gives her a blast in the face.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that, with whatever this spray is. He seizes this opportunity to flee out of the airlock, and she follows. You're so close to winning. Don't choke now. And I guess she's more alien than human now because she's totally cool with this space atmosphere. Hasta la vista, baby. And then she asphyxiates him. This was definitely not a breath of fresh air. Oh yeah, kick me in the stomach again, tough guy. Oh god, she's ripping him apart. He probably gotta blur that. At any rate, she's clearly into the blood sausages. Gary, meanwhile, has reached his Popeye point, where he's had all he can stands and he can't stands no more. Suck on these cherry bombs, lady. Luckily for him, he's got some time because it looks like she's about to go into labor. Oh god, is she gonna give birth to the thing from Extro? Look, man, this is no time to check your texts. We're almost at the climax. Wait a minute, is she dead? Because that's pretty anticlimactic. Man, this place is a real hole in the wall. Aw, look at those baby scrotors. They look just like their dad. But surprise! Yeah, no one believes she was really dead. Hey, come back! You dropped your Palm Pilot! And she snags all the cherry bombs, too. Alright, let's blow this joint. Yes, this dude is the new foster parent. Except he doesn't want to raise these kids. He's using them as bait to get her into this trap. And then he clubs her like a baby seal. Clearly, she likes the leg meat. Now she's after this lady, who looks like she barely has a leg to stand on. Hey, let me show you what we learned at chiropractor college last week. The way this dude is limping around, you could call him Hop-Along Cassidy. And then he drops into whatever this is. She shows up, and they tussle over the last nerd's rope. Just write your own hell yeah joke here. And he heads off into the sunset. Great, how am I going to raise Scrotor's kids as a single dad with only one salary? The good news is, it looks like they can feed themselves. Hey, did we just go back to the start of the movie? Please God, no. Jesus, how awesome would it be if this was the ship from Jason X and this is going to make Inseminoid part of the Friday the 13th universe?
I receive you, 047. This is Xeno 2.
Xeno 2? Like in Xenomorph? Sure hope this isn't another bug hunt. Damn, it's a bug hunt. I knew it. I'd like to point out that we're just egregiously padding the runtime here. I mean, we all know we're headed for the swerve ending where they run into Scrotor's kids, right? Ah, yeah, they're stowaways. And cue credits. So, what have we learned from Inseminoid? Well, for starters, that there sure were a ton of movies trying to cash in on the success of Alien back in the early 80s. We've covered quite a few here on the show, and there are still more of them out there. In the pantheon of Alien-inspired clones, Inseminoid is mostly middle of the road. The idea is interesting, but the tiny budget definitely hurts things as countless sets are sort of generic or recycled endlessly. It's not a bad little film, but I would have liked to see what they could have done with another $1,000,000 or so. But enough about that. Can Inseminoid kill enough astronauts to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's go to the gore card. In terms of gross anatomy, Inseminoid mostly delivers. We're treated to the alien impregnation scene, ripped out guts, death by scissors, the alien monsters, and a vicious bite to the knee. This is not a film with wall-to-wall splatter, but there's just enough here to give Inseminoid a respectable 3 barf bag rating. It's a modestly sick little flick. Looking for another crazy alien movie with more splatter? Then be sure to check out my review of Extro. You'll find a link here on the screen. I'll meet you over there. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters.